Here's what Austin Reeves' agent put out there. He said next year is going to be a show. People really have no idea what's to come. Keep putting him in trade rumors for second string centers. Next year is going to be a show. People really have no idea what's to come. Keep putting him in trade rumors for second string centers. I'm going to just give my thoughts and my opinion on Aaron Riley putting out this tweet out there, and then we'll talk a little bit more about it. I get it. That's Austin Reeves' agent. And right now, the biggest storyline around the Lakers coming into the summer, honestly, it's Austin Reeves. I mean, there are so many different articles right now that are spending a lot of time on Austin Reeves specifically. Should the Lakers trade him? What can they get in return? You had Dan Weike come out of the LA Times basically saying that, hey, if the Lakers are not interested in trading, the only way they're going to trade him is if they're getting got to get a big piece, a big time center. If unless it's part of one of those trade packages, you're talking about like a Giannis Antetokounmpo, which obviously the Milwaukee Bucks are not trading Giannis for Austin Reeves and whatever the Lakers have, unless Giannis is demanding to go to the Lakers. But we haven't heard any of those rumors. I don't really understand the purpose of Austin Reeves' agent saying what he said. I don't really understand what the reason of it is. Keep putting him in trade rumors for second string centers. If I'm Austin Reeves' agent, I don't think I'm putting out that tweet. I just don't think it's necessary. What's the purpose of doing it? Are you trying to prove everybody out there that's saying that Austin Reeves should be a trade piece to go get a legitimate center that they're wrong? Or if they do it, the Lakers, this is going to be the biggest mistake that they make. Whatever the case is, I don't know if I need my agent going out there and making a case for me. I also don't think this tweet is accurate. Keep putting him in trade rumors for second string centers. I don't think anybody out there is saying, hey, you should trade Austin Reeves for a bag of chips. One of the things that I keep mentioning is if Austin Reeves is going to be a part of the deal, you better be getting back a big-time return, because Austin Reeves has a ton of value, and Austin Reeves is a really good player. I know a lot of Laker fans are kind of down on Austin Reeves right now because of how he performed in the playoffs, but guys, don't get it twisted. Austin Reeves is a baller. Austin Reeves has got phenomenal upside. Austin Reeves, I mean, his contract is very valuable. Eventually, it's going to become market value, and that's coming here in the next year or so. He's going to be making $30 million a year. The question is with the Lakers or with somebody else. But I think the biggest reason why Austin Reeves is being talked about, frankly, has nothing to do with Austin Reeves. It's because you traded for Luka and you don't have a big. That's why. If Anthony Davis was still on this team with Max Christie and Austin Reeves was there as well and LeBron James, there's going to be less chatter about Austin Reeves. Or maybe there'd still be chatter about Austin Reeves and can you go get an elite point guard or something along those lines. But the main reason why Austin Reeves is being talked about is because you traded for Luka. And Luka and Austin Reeves in your backcourt just doesn't seem like a championship backcourt unless every other piece that you have is just perfect. And the Lakers, obviously, their roster is far from perfect right now. I'm going to play something here for everybody. I mentioned it that I wanted to play. Lou Williams, who does that FanDuel show, the Run It Back on FanDuel TV, I think is what it is. Conversation is obviously a very popular conversation. It continues to come up. It's going to continue to come up. I'm going to play this here real quick. Listen to what Lou Williams is talking about in regards to Austin Reeves. I don't think they talked about, I don't know if this was in reference to the agent or anything like that, but this is just more of a conversation. Before the agent came out and said anything, people were already talking about Austin Reeves. Take a listen to what Lou Williams had to say.
And Austin Reeves has a lot of value. Has a lot of value now that he's played at a high level. Now a lot of teams are going to want to acquire you. So if they're going to have any opportunity to compete, the small ball worked, but it didn't work in the postseason, and we saw that. They need to go get somebody. What was my man named Mark Williams?
Yep.
That trade didn't go through.
Mark Williams, cool. Everybody would have been okay with that. If that worked out, it's fine. It's all good. You didn't have to give up Mark. You didn't have to give up Austin Reeves for it. If if anybody thinks the Lakers should be trading Austin Reeves for Mark Williams, I don't know what to tell you. That's not a good deal. But if you could trade Austin Reeves for a really good center in the league, I'm not telling you it's going to be Giannis. Nobody's sitting here trying to tell you that's going to be Giannis. Then how do you not consider it? Let's keep listening to Lou.
Tried the dumb connect route. Now you got to go somewhere else. You got to go somewhere else and find some value. So I don't know who's out there on the market, but they definitely do need to upgrade in that level, in that area. And if it's going to be anybody, it's probably going to be Austin Reeves. If they're going to go get anybody of quality, they can patch that up for them.
Which is unfortunate
because again, now you have Luka. You don't really need what Austin Reeves brings to the table. You have the alpha in that category. You don't necessarily need the second best option there. You're going to go and upgrade.
And that's why this is a conversation. I mean, that's really the only reason why this is a conversation, is because they traded for Luka. And once they traded for Luka, well, what's the idea and the concept? The concept is, okay, well, then you got to build this entire team around Luka. I mean, frankly, if, I think the LeBron piece of things still complicates things. I think you're still trying to figure out, okay, well, what's LeBron going to do in the offseason? Is he going to sign a 2-year deal? Is he going to sign a 1-year deal? I don't think anybody thinks that LeBron's going anywhere. But I think what Lou Williams is trying to say, and I think that's the point that everybody's trying to say, is this has nothing to do specifically with Austin Reeves. I'm a Reeves fan. I'm 100% a Reeves fan. The idea is, how do you build the best team around Luka? And if you said that you're starting a team tomorrow, and what's the type of player that you have around Luka, I don't think you're putting Austin Reeves there as your shooting guard. That wouldn't comprehend. No, you're looking for probably a big wing player, a guard that could defend. You're obviously also looking for a big-time center. I mean, there's a lot of pieces that the Lakers need, but this idea and this concept that the Lakers would be shopping Austin Reeves for second-string centers or some kind of, player that's not valuable is absurd. That's not the case. And I think this idea and this concept that he would be an untouchable is also absurd. So, I mean, that's kind of, that's my thoughts on his agent coming out. Again, I don't really understand what his agent's angle is. I don't really, I think grabbing a highlight of Austin Reeves versus the Pacers and saying that this is how good Austin Reeves was against the Pacers. I mean, I don't think anybody really cares. And I don't think anybody's questioning the value of Austin Reeves. This summer is going to come down to, are you properly building around Luka Doncic, or are you not? And again, I'm going to say this again. I just don't know how much they can properly build around Luka until LeBron is gone. I mean, that's just the reality of it. That's the reality of the situation for the Lakers. In order to fully build around Luka Doncic, probably is not going to happen until LeBron is done playing the game of basketball or done playing with the Lakers. So we'll see what eventually happens there. All right, let's see some of the comments here, and then we'll keep things moving here. Let me see what we got here. Let's see. He's in the books for next year, though, for very little. Why not shop him high and keep him till trade deadline at least? That's my point. Mitch, it's funny. I will tell you this. I will say, I was having a conversation. Who was that? Oh, Bresnahan. Mike Bresnahan was on last week of Spectrum Sportsnet, and him and I were chatting for a little bit. And I actually think that that's probably what the Lakers are going to do, and I don't think it's the worst game plan in the world. I think they're going to do everything they can to try to get a center in the summer. I think they'll probably be shopping, probably going for a guy like Mark Williams, that caliber of a player. I think they will use Dalton Connect. I think they'll use their draft pick. I think if they need to match any salaries, okay, they got players. Gabe Vincent's there. I think Maxi Kleba's is an expiring contract as well. They got guys that they can, potentially use to go make a trade. And I think they'll hold on to Austin Reeves. And then I think they'll figure out if they can figure out some type of an extension with Austin Reeves or not. And then they'll also kind of figure out, all right, well, do we go make a big time deal before the trade deadline if they can't figure out a deal with Austin Reeves, or they feel like Austin Reeves is going to get more money than they want to give to him. Because if Austin Reeves is making 30 a year and Luka's making 45 a year, then you're spending $75 million on your backcourt alone. Is that going to be the pieces you need to go in it to go compete for an NBA championship? So I think this one about the trade deadline is not that it's that one's not that bad. That's not a bad comment at all. If Luka stays healthy, Reeves is legit backup and future for the Lakers. When LeBron is done, we don't want to look back and say we should have kept him. I look at Caruso, Zubats, and cringe. That's good points. I mean, those are good arguments right there. I think the Caruso piece, the problem with Alex Caruso is he wanted to be a Laker, and he was willing to take less money from the Chicago Bulls to be a Laker, and the Lakers basically said no. The problem with Zubats is they traded him for nothing. So I don't know if those are identical in the examples to give out, but I know exactly what you're talking about there. But again, you know, at some point, AR is going to become market value, and you're going to have, and there's just so many holes in this Lakers roster. How do you fill in some of those holes unless you're not at least listening to offers for a guy like Austin Reeves? All right, thank you very much for watching the clip. Just want to give a shout out here to one of our partners, the Wallace Firm. They are official injury attorney of the Sliwa Show and Hoops Talk, the entire channel. If you are ever in a need, and I hope you're not, but some type of serious injury with yourself or a family member of yours, I would like to personally help you by introducing you to the best in the business, Brad Wallace and the Wallace Firm. Also got a URL out here that you can use as well. Just go to wallacewins.com/Sliwa. Thank you for their partnership, and thank you for being a part of the Sliwa Show.